Yeah, 24/7 TV, Harry Shotter, Fantasy in the place. We've got a very special guest in the building, Mr. Hype.
So what we want to start off with is we want to know where you got your name from.
Many moons ago, when it was all fields and you weren't born, I used to be called Dr. K. And I used to have like a reggae hip hop radio show. It was my first ever pirate radio show in Tottenham, Bruce Grove. And me and Daddy Earl then used to do the show. And I used to play hip hop and he would play reggae. And we'd share the show. And I'd never presented in my life then. And he's a reggae MC. So when he's on, when we do the reggae bit, I'll be playing the music, but he'd be standing on a chair, he's fucking MCing, he's all confident. I'll be sitting there like, what am I going to say? I don't know what to say. When the record comes on, I'm like, in my head, he's just complete like, I used to have a tin of tennis. No, I can't just talk any old crap. Like how I am naturally, I can talk for days, but when you're in front of that mic, I mean, not now, I'm not like that, but back then it was very daunting. When I was 15, we used to drink tenants. Like we used to basically, there was me, Daddy Earl, Shut Up and Dance before they were Shut Up and Dance. We were all about 14, 15. My bedroom at my mum's used to be off the living room. And we used to have this little, you know, my mum had no money. She had a bar, but at Christmas, you know, you get like a bottle of vodka, bottle of this, bottle whatever. I weren't drinking. And then one Christmas, it was the Christmas as a kid, where I first experienced of drunkenness was, we drunk everything in my mum's bar, because it's literally, that's my bedroom door, and there's the bar. So we, you know, and there was some, it weren't tenants, the blue tin, they used to do a grey tin. My mum had bought them anyway. And then we went to Earl's dad's, because he was having a Christmas party downstairs, and we were upstairs. Anyway, we got slaughtered. And from then, I was always getting slaughtered, and it was always tenants. We used to get, back then, you used to get fag ash, or, you know, matches, when you burn them, and crush that, because apparently that makes you get even more pissed. You know, and then we'd mix up everything. You know, like your dad's got a drink, innit? Just mix everything. You know, and then by about within an hour, we're all you know, running down the street. We were just terrible. So you learn, you know. But tenants, I once done. No, I tell you.
So this was way before you was DJ Hype.
Yeah, no, this is I'm talking about. This is in my. This is when we were reggae sound. We weren't even a double deck sound. And this is like early '80s.
Was you Dr. K?
No, not then. I wouldn't even have been Dr. K. I was Turvy.
That's the first
I had a sound called Selena, reggae sound, and we were kids really, you know. But what happened is we done, say like someone's getting married, I can't remember who it was, and they had like a party in their house, it was flat in the Hindle house in Stoke, in kind of Kingsland Road, off Kingsland Road, Arcola Street, and we were doing the music. Now, Earl's brother was mates with the guy, and Earl's brother was doing the bar in the flat. So the kitchen was closed off, but they had like a little, you know, like a, and you know, so I'd go over there, and then they used to sell mini tents, you know, Red Bull tins. They used to do tenants in tins like that, that size, small, slim. So they were doing them. So I'd be like, can I have a tenants, please? And they'd give me one. And because he was doing, I just kept getting another one. I had about two in this pocket, two in that pocket, but I was trying to nick them all. And apparently, all I remember is leaving that party, going back to my mum's, because them days I used to have a fag, but I used to keep them in the block above the steps, you know, like...
Yeah, you can't stand up.
Well, I have to explain. No, but anyway, what I did, I was so pissed, I'd walk up the stairs in the block, I put the cigarettes, and I literally just timbered like down the stairs, and then I went into my yard, I was drunk as fuck, and I remember looking out my window, and there used to be a girl upstairs who used to babysit for whoever lived upstairs, and I think she used to fancy me, and I never fancied her, but I remember looking up and her going, are you alright? And I just went, and just spewed, and it went all down to the Chinese people's window downstairs.
The untold stories, man.
But can I just say, don't ever drink tenants.
No, drink it. No, but I ain't finished that. But anyway, there's more to it. So the next day now, I've gone round to Earl's and that, and they're like, what happened to you? I said, I went, and they went, you know, they told me. Now, I would have been about 14, 15 at the time, and I've always had a reggae set, I've always had, but I've never been an MC. End up. They reckon.
A few bars?
No, wibbly wobbly. Wibbly wibbly. No, but at this party, I got no memory of it. They reckon that I grabbed the mic in the middle of it and started reggae MCing. Like, and they're like, I was like, fuck. But they were like, you did. They said you started widdly wobbly. And I'm like, did I? I would never do that. And I can't still envisage that, but they insist I did.
I'd love to have seen that.
Yeah, mate.
But them days was a bit mad, you know, you just did stuff. And, you know, that paved the way for where we are today. But the whole, how did I become hype, which was the original question. Well, I did tell you I'll end up going left field and ranting. was, like I said, I was on this WIBS station doing the reggae hip hop, and then the opportunity came up to do, because the rave scene had kicked off by then, but I didn't really get into it initially. I didn't like it. You know, I went to a few raves. I wasn't a drug taker. I wasn't used to this. You know, like I'm talking about acid house.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and I went. Sunrise Radio used to be in Dalston, and at that era, in Hackney, those sort of people knew I was, but I wasn't no big DJ or anything. But I was known, you know, he's with. But I wasn't playing nowhere.
Did you actually enter DMC?
Yeah, I was in DMC loads of times. The biggest part of, you know, I ended up mashing it up one
Let's
year.
keep it nice about DMC.
Well, no, DMC's cool.
No. Listen.
DMC's a stepping stone. I entered DMC, when the first time I entered it in 1987, I went down to Bournemouth. When I got there, you know, like, it's a DMC.
Yeah.
They were just using the club setup, which was this mixer built into a booth that was about that big. You know, like big up faders. They didn't even have a crossfade. So I'm like, how the fuck am I going to do this?
Yeah.
So I had to wing it, and it was awful. I didn't come nowhere. Then the following year I entered again, and it was me. I was in the same heat in, what's the place in, you got Brixton, what's after Brixton? Streatham.
Yeah.
There used to be a record shop.
Oh yeah, the Loft Groovers shop.
Yeah, well, opposite there used to be like a pub club thing. That's where the heat, and it was me, Carl Cox, Pogo.
Was Coxie in there?
Yeah,
I
Cox
didn't
used
know
to have afro with patches.
What, Carl Cott's been scratching that? And
No, he don't scratch. Remember, it's called, do you know what DMC stands for?
DJ
Disco Mix Club.
Oh,
Yeah?
this
Now,
one looks like.
they were
Okay.
into
Never
long
knew
sync. He used to be like he would mix, you know, like he'll mix Saturday Night Fever with, you know, like a house tune.
Oh, okay.
To be honest, them days, he's a great DJ, and I wouldn't badmouth him, but at the time, I'm a competition DJ.
Yeah.
You know, my whole brain is on a different level. So watching them mixers, I was never impressed. I'm like, that's not, you know. Pogo was good. I was good. I didn't win on that heat, but it was my first sort of proper competition, and it made me realise that I wasn't, everything other people were doing I could do, but I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I don't like gimmicky stuff. I just like to get on with it. Like you see when I play, I'm not like waving my hands about. I get on with it. That whole DMC thing for me was a stepping stone, but I found it very. They were putting people through that I didn't always think should get through. 'Cause for me, I'd hit a kind of crossroads in my early career that, in the manner, everyone knew I'm the best, or one of, you know, I don't even want to say best, but you know, like I was good at competition DJing. I'm very proud of my legacy. Now, maybe with the right management and right people like that, if I took that route, I might have done bigger, quicker. But I'm content. You know, I'm still here. You know, I started when it was one deck. This is why I'm very proud of his legacy. You know, I started when people wouldn't walk around these areas. You know, now it's all regenerated and lovely.